Okay, so welcome back, right? Um, yeah, so basically we're on my channel, right? Get you to know that I do have a YouTube channel for many do. As you can see, FGC RPG, right? We mainly play fighting games and occasionally RPG games like Honkai Star Rail and such, right? So we're gonna go all the way back down to my timeline to when, which one is it? This video right here doesn't really have too much views, but let's use it for the sake of the example, right? So basically, we're gonna watch this first match, and I'm gonna just break things down, you know. Volume isn't too loud, but yeah. So immediately followed up, right? So you need to have a certain mindset when you play certain characters in any fighting game, right? Um, as you can see, him being in a Kaza, there's really only a couple things you could do from distance, especially when I start to back up, right? And I seen, okay, he's gonna come at me. I could block this, push block. Don't try to jump this. You're gonna get hit with it, right? Probably sidestep will be okay. But I did not mean to back up. I went for the initial uh chance of trying to parry. So here I am. I parried. You know, as you know, demons and demon slayer is their skills is similar to that of the demon slayers, assist bar. So he's down one, he can't sub out, he's gonna take, full damage. And it's exactly what I do, right? So now there's that. I seen him dash. I go straight for her force special, and yet he's got punch in their combo, but I go ahead and shorten it and doing the combo ender because so does a lot of damage. So as you can see, Water Basin has a lot of coverage. I try to go for the force special again. It gets countered, right? When you want to close in the distance on somebody, I say the best thing you could probably do. This may sound kind of noobish, but you probably want to throw out your assist when it's long distance like this. That way, maybe they're gonna block it or whatever, right? Try to parry it. But now you have the chance, as you can see, he's heading in this direction. I'm about to start dashing right now. And I probably know it's not gonna land, but I'm still gonna try and take this time to catch up, add some kind of pressure. And that's exactly what I do. See? To get rid of the dash, he back dashes it, right? And I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. Unfortunately, right, I think he like double backdash right here, right? Can't exactly tell because he does it too fast. But let's see. Yeah, see, so he does an additional backdash. And from here, I could just go for an attack, try to grab, throw any move out because, I mean, he's probably going to try to attack back. And really, I don't really know how the pattern goes in Demon Slayer when you attack someone and they try to attack at the same time. What beats what specifically. But if I really wanted to, I could have jumped back, blocked, waited for him to react. But given that I had full health, right, I took the chance to go in. And so I did forward special. It didn't work. He dashed at me, right? And now he gets full combo, right? So yeah, unfortunately dropped it, right? And the causes are pretty sneaky. But yeah, he misses his ult. He no longer has any kind of meter. I blocked his demon attack. And you seen that right there? I went for it again, knowing that he doesn't have his demon skill. He can't dash. His best bet would have been to do the AoE Death Needle move to try and get me, but instead he dashed. And this Akatsuki unfortunately didn't know you can that move has AoE. So it's all about knowing my own attacks as well as knowing what your opponent is going to do in the long run before they do it. You gotta have that kind of mindset. And you also have to be able to immediately react, right? Like, where is it, like right here? Right? When he dashes. If I wasn't aware of my own move and I didn't know this got him, right? If I didn't know this move, I actually got him. If I was paying attention to the health bar and I'm just thinking, oh man, I threw out a move, it didn't work, right? Now I missed out on a perfect chance to capitalize, right? And so you just gotta take a chance. You have to know that your move actually hit. Go for audio cues, visual cues, whatever, to let you know, right? So now we're going into this next round here, right? And that's on me. What I try to do is bait and attack into parry, right? Into a counter. So I kind of just stood there. My timing was a little bit off. So he was able to actually just dash into me. He didn't capitalize, so that's on him. He like backed up, right? So I do a push block. I see he throws a move. So I do a water wheel to chase him. And he wants to use projectile, right? So that move is really good for closing in distance, what the Akaza did. But so was also my move, so basically, yeah, there's gonna be some standard in-game plays. There's not an exact explanation for everything you do, right? It's more so it's more so you just kind of do it. You don't have to always think ahead like you're some kind of big brain individual, right? But when it comes to certain moves, attack patterns like this Akaza, I fought enough Akazas in my lifetime of playing Demon Slayer to almost know like around 85 to 90% what they're gonna do before they even do it, given my experience against Akazas, right? When you take that into consideration, it's more so of I know what they're gonna do versus what are they gonna do. You waiting to see. Waiting to see is still a good reaction to do, especially in an arena fighter game like this, where if they dash or they have a move like the move he's about to do right now is going to close in the distance. How am I going to react to it? You got to think all of that in the split second it actually happens, right? And so as you can see, I'm going to play it out. So as you can see, I predicted like I said, right? So I already knew he's going to close in the distance with them. I don't really know if you could tech roll, but point is I recovered in the opposite direction and immediately went onto the charge, right? He realized he messed up too, but now he no longer has the stock. You know how it is. Going to full combo, you know. It's that. So I tried throwing this, throw him off his game. I boosted to get the Tundra back immediately, but it's, kind of under false hopes. So I kind of, sometimes you have to sit there and let them take the damage, right? And it's not always a good thing to do, especially when I had a break right here. I could have done it, but I figured Ikaza, he's not going to do anything. He's not scary, really, when you think about it. So I was like, yeah, I'll take the damage, right? And so we moved to after the ultimate. And right there, I messed up. I could have immediately dashed right here. See, I dashed sideways. And then right there, I could have went in. I did not go in, unfortunately. I waited. So I dashed in his face, tried to throw out assist to catch him off guard. I surged because that would have been bad for me. So I used that as an immediate getaway, right? And I don't know what happened there. I dropped it, but he tried to grab me and I tagged back. So here I am, chasing out the distance, right? This is probably one of the most important things you could do in Demon Slayer. When you win a round, you can move around. Before the round, you can move around, right? Try to, if your character likes to be, or if you're fighting a character who likes to be up close, but probably self range moves, so we take Akaza, for example. If we're fighting Akaza, he's going to want to either close the distance in with that, like, dash punch. He's going to throw some projectiles, which don't do much anymore, right? Or he's going to do his AoE thing if he's close. And so when you fight against Akaza, I like to put out a little bit of range between us so I could regain my footing, try to figure out what exactly I'm going to do, right? And we'll just see what I do right here, right? So here I am. By the way, the thing I'm doing right now, it's to bait out a parry, right, or counter. It's pretty effective. People still try to attack into it. I don't know why they do, and it doesn't always work, but it works, right? So in my case, I use it just to get away. I baited out the move, and then full combo, right? So he's good. Throw assist. I try to throw it heavy. That's on me, right? So by now, this Akaza is gotten pretty used to me just throwing out Tanjiro to try and shake him up a bit, right? So he's dodging and all that. He's doing pretty good, right? So cussing the ultimate. Here's distance. So you see, he tries to close in distance with me instead of just doing a dash. I couldn't counter, so that's on me. Except he was not safe. It wasn't his turn, right? And so I try to do as much damage as possible in return. You know, look, he threw an ultimate out in hopes it was gonna work. It didn't work. When you're up close with somebody, they have meter to do a level 1. You're probably going to block, especially if you make a mistake, but you can still recover in time. Just block. Don't even try to challenge it. They're probably gonna ultimate in your face. It happens a lot. You know, you probably wouldn't even know, right? So here's the second one. So what I actually tried to do there, right, with this here, not with this part, but because look, right here, I have him, right? And honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I thought for some reason he saw his meter up in the corner. I wasn't thinking, right? In some cases, this is a strategic thing to do. Some cases, it's not. But see, I have him. I back up, right? I try to dash into him. I couldn't recover fast enough. So this is on me, right? Because he immediately goes in for the grab. I try to go for a grab, but his grab is faster. So also know the extent of upon this grab. But yeah, I messed up, right? I have to pay the price for that. It is what it is, right? And again, it comes down to always know what you can do as a character. I dashed into him, and sometimes when I play this game, I don't think the dash actually commits to anything, and so I don't do anything. Like I just stood there. I could have capitalized. Still had no bars or anything. Could have turned the tide around, right? So now I have to do as much as I can to play catch up. Fortunately, I catch him, right? And right there, that was what you call a bait. I already knew ahead of time he's gonna break out, right? Because once I do the final part, the auto combo, I would just gone into special, and then finish off with the rest of the combo. He probably would have been about like right here in health after all that. And so I knew instead of going for special, because that's probably when he's gonna do it, as I'm the most vulnerable. Starts doing it, he's free. He could dash in, do his closing move, right? Anything will kill me at this point. I'm one tap, right? And so immediately, right here, I believe he saw the flash, right? And he's like, perfect time to jump. But instead, I jumped ahead of him. And as you can see, I landed in front of him, right? It's actually really slick, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play it, right? Right here, I'm putting it in slow motion. So as you can see, I jump over him, right? So now, jump, and I actually did a little dash, right? Air dash, but see now, by me jumping over from here to here, right? Because he didn't break. That's the reason why I jumped in that position. Because it's like if he breaks, he falls this direction. I jump in this direction. At the very least, I reposition myself into a favorable position. But obviously, he chose probably the worst thing he could have done, right? Is just dash back as soon as he saw me jump, and I jumped into the position he is dashing into, right? It's now because of that he's still recovering from dashing, right? And then he tries to dash into me while I'm attacking. That's a mistake. Don't do that. Don't dash into somebody who's attacking. You're most likely going to get hit by whatever they're doing, right? And so yeah. So now he evades, right? And I kind of dash in this position, and I throw a Tanjiro. See him here going for the dunk, right? And boom, I catch him. Just in case when I dash, I immediately throw out an attack in case he dashes at me once again. And I mean, it's really unfortunate, right? Because it's like, see, watch right here, dashes. I continue the attack, right? Because I already knew, I'm like, this is going to be unsafe. I didn't actually dash. I thought I dashed here, but I continued the auto combo, and as soon as I saw him dash back, right, immediately, right here, immediately, as you can see, I caught in Tanjiro because I'm going to be unsafe finishing off this full combo. I'm already in too deep into doing the string, and so it's like, okay, he's gonna try to dash into me. He's gonna try to attack. If he had an ultimate, he could have ulted right here, won the round. If he had any of his meter, let's just say, right, like if he dodged it instead of doing a breaker, right, something, right. I said no, Tanjiro, what he's gonna do in the recovery frames of him backing up and all that, by the time he's already, ready to finish his standing up animation, Tanjiro's coming in. He tries to dash, and at this point, I'm at the end of the combo or the standard combo string, and so I would actually be punished by him dashing into me because the attack's already done. It's if I called in Tanjiro and he threw an alley-oop basically, right? Because look, Tanjiro hits him before Nezuko has a chance to get her foot out, which means by the time this kick already went, this is the ending of the kick right here. He would have dashed in. He would have actually hit me, but instead Tanjiro came in between us, right? And the rest is history. To hero again, trying to bait it, right? There's the bait. And once again, he didn't learn. Once again, he didn't learn, right? So not only did I bait him out in an obvious bait, right? But I also threw in a Tanjiro as soon as he did that. And I went for Basin just because he has some pretty good tracking with Basin. And it's a multi-hit. So if anything, if I'm caught doing something unfavorable, the base will have no time to stagger him and drop him to the floor so I can fix myself or dash over to him, right? And so I do exactly that, right? Right, so I go into charge in the heavy. I don't know why. Don't do this. Do not charge face first into a charged attack that somebody else is doing. You're not gonna beat it. They have super armor. And look what happened to him. He gets hit. I call in Tanjiro Basin, right? And basically, got the maximum damage. So once again he does that, he realizes, oh, I messed up. And the initial frame for when you dash into somebody, and you can choose whether you want to block, grab, whatever. He dashes the opposite direction. It's actually pretty slick of him because I also caught in Tanjiro. He noticed that. So this is a smart play on him, dashing into the opposite direction, right? I still have enough time to recover, and once again, the rest is history. That is really on him, right? See, I'm fully recovered now. I'm blocking. He dashes, right? And then I jump out of the way. See that? Pretty nice frame, right? Jump out of the way from the opposite side from where he's going to attack because I already knew he's just going to start attacking, right? Nothing strategic there. Oh my gosh, I keep outscreening. So not only do I dash or do I jump out in the other direction, but I also dash into his face. And as you can see, I'm already in the animation for running. He's just barely starting. Well, I'm not running. I'm going to do the move, right? I should just be pressing spacebar. My fault. Let's look at this again, right? From right here, and we're gonna look at it in slow motion. Right, so here's that push block, jump in the completely other direction. He tries to match my pace by dashing sideways, because he figured, okay, if I dash in direction he's going to, I could cut him off. He can't hit me from a spot where my character needs to like turn around or whatever, right? And so I do that, and immediately I go into do crazy scratching while he tries to dash. And by the time I land, I already pressed the button where he has to wait for me to land and all that. And if he dashed just probably a second earlier, he would actually beaten it out. Probably ulted, right? But that's all for him. Okay, so now dashes into me, dash in the other direction, right? Pretty slick, right? Boom. First I run to the other side, right? Run to the other side while he's attacking. This move right here that Kaz is doing, the slide, is kind of auto tracking. And so I instead go in the opposite direction the slide is going, call in Tanjiro, right? He tries to side step backwards in front of me, once again trying to beat me out. Instead, I called in Water Wheel, right? And this one has further distance when doing the move itself, so this one's slightly harder to try to sidestep out of. So I hit him, full combo, right? Boom, I ended it just in case he tries to break. Throwing the charge. This was actually a gamble, but it was also a bait. So right here, right? I charged in the charge attack, right? Or I opted to do the charge attack. And I figured, okay, here's what's gonna happen. From this distance, right, from here to here, it's not gonna hit at all unless he walks forward, tries to block, and it's like a fully charged, it's gonna break his guard or whatever the case, right? It's not gonna hit, so I'm going to use an assist to try to cover me. Because I'm doing this, I'm baiting him with the super armor to dash into me, do whatever move, but also it's a gamble because he could have just done his ultimate art, right? So let's see how it plays out right here. And by doing this, attack is already done. He's gonna dash. It's gonna counter, right? Boom. He runs into me, and see what I mean? Full counter, right? Just completely attack me. But I did Tanjiro Basin, and now it's my turn, right? As you can see, I'm charging up attack once again. I'll let you guys, let's sit here, let you think what exactly, what you think is gonna happen. Okay, so hopefully you thought my plan, but basically I throw in another charge, right? I bait it again, right? So here he comes, attacking me. This time I hit him with Water Wheel, right? Don't watch the game because Basin, it would have been too slow, right? Water Wheel is slightly faster. So this time I used Water Wheel instead of Basin, but I already knew he was gonna come and hit me. And now my turn once again, winning both parts of the match. I believe that's the end of it, right? Yeah, that's just the end of it. And so I think more of the story of reacting to this and sharing it with you guys is that if you want to win, and this doesn't just count for only Demon Slayer, but because I was primarily doing Demon Slayer at the time, and I want this to be a video a lot earlier, the way you win in a fighting game is to always A, know your own moves, B, know other people's moves, C, right, know what the impact of those moves are. If you have a move that and you know it hits both attack or front and behind, and the person gets behind you but they don't know it hits behind, and you could capitalize off of that, go for it, right? If you, in this case, when he has a breaker, right, if you know, okay, this is probably the most likely part when he's going to break, then bait the break, right? kind of like with other things and other games like Dragon Ball Fighters. They got the Spark, uh, Marvel's Capcom. They got the X Factor. Any other game, we got like Burst, right? Just things like that, and you could bait it out. You just kind of have to watch out for those things. And I know it's a lot to ask, and it's kind of tricky, but you also have to kind of think within a fraction of a second, right? What are they gonna do? You have to quickly review their entire move list if you know it. And it's like they might throw this, they might throw that. Now I have to do this to counteract, you know? And I feel like specifically this video was a perfect example out of all the other Demon Slayer videos that I have. Because I do have a few, right? I have, right? Where is it at? 35 videos, right? 35 separate videos of me playing Demon Slayer from basically a full year ago up to what, like 2 months ago, right? Where I stopped. And in almost all of them, you can kind of see the recurring pattern of knowing what you can do, knowing what they do, and how to basically go off from that. But I think that's going to be it for this guide, and also going to be it for today's stream as well. If you guys were watching this on YouTube, I did stream it. I'll leave the full stream up on the account so you can go back and watch it, because I did play some Grand Blue versus prior to it. So if you want to see some of that, I'm going to make probably a video out of the Grand Blue versus as well. But hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know about this one. I always link in information, but this one just has, let's use this one for an example. I almost always basically link in all my socials. I don't have Instagram here, but Instagram, Twitter, right? It's gonna be the same. PlayStation, it's gonna be the same. They're all Rocket House. Go ahead and follow me. Discord server too, right? I'm just, let me know. Have you had me on PlayStation, we could play. I have a couple games that I more or less have uploaded on here as well, right? And just be like, hey, add me, we'll play. Might make a video out of it, might not make a video out of it, maybe you just want to play for fun. I'm trying to get more involved with my community, you know what I mean? And as for the Discord, let me show you. This is the Discord here, and yeah, so far I only have one person in it, just a friend of mine, right? Appreciate their support. But yeah, basically here's the welcome page, right? Rules: no disrespect, name calling, etc. You know the basics, right? No raging. You could rage, but I mean, like, don't do anything crazy with it, like, hate comments, anything like that, because you're raging. And just borderline have fun, right? Memes, want to put memes by animes, games, cool, nothing adult rated. Here's the general chat. If you have something like any game that you want to add to the list of games here, where's that? Things under gaming, right? Any game that you want me to add here, let me know. These are the tabs, right? It's an anime thing, talk about anime, post pictures, again, nothing adult rated. Video suggestions, what you want to see from me, and to the best of my ability, I will try to comply. I have this general tab, but it's really nothing. So gaming, here's a tab specifically for Jump Force if you want to link up in Jump Force. You want scrap, you want to just talk about Jump Force, this is the channel to do so. Same goes for Demon Slayer, Naruto Storm 4, Street Fighter 6, and Left 4 Dead 2. And if y'all want to talk, here's the respective voice chats for them too. And that's what I was saying. If you have any suggestions for the games to add, if you want to put like Call of Duty or whatever, for those who play Call of Duty, there's that. And obviously, I know that it'll be a small community if or when people start joining. But um, once there's like large people, whenever there's large people into the group, uh, I'll make it a majority vote, and I just add here and there, because then the list will probably go on, right? In YouTube, if you yourself are a YouTube content creator, you want to promote yourself, whether it be related to gaming, FGC, art, music, whatever, there's that. Twitch, the same thing, right? Promote your Twitch if you stream instead. Clips and highlights if you probably did both, right? And you want to do something, right? Did a sick combo, maybe had a crazy match, you want to post it here, who knows, I might react to it, right? So there's that. And I think one more thing I want to show you before we head off. Let me go ahead and show you guys my PlayStation channel as well, so you can see, right? So give me 1 second. So this is my account right here. So you can see, this is how you know it's gonna be me. The One Punch Man background. Got the little Spikes family picture, the Rocket House here in the corner, my name, right? This is basically how you're gonna know it's me if you ever want to add. And I will I'll add you back. Just let me actually know that you're a subscriber or whatever. And want to be like, oh, some random person added me, and I probably would never actually see it. But yeah, I think that's what is going to be it. We're gonna end it here, and appreciate any kind of support. I do notice that I am almost at 50 subscribers, so that's pretty neat, I'm gonna be seeing you guys in the next video or stream, wherever it's gonna be. It's gonna be here, so peace out.
What's going on, man? The freestyle official dude. Pennies or a dollar or a bond or stock too. Watch him chop it up and make you feel the groove. Watch him chop it up and make you feel so rude. Watch him make you break it down. The music will just ooze. And all around town, people trying to get